Stop! Oh. Okay, I got better. Hi, gamers! Porn time. It's corn time. Yeah, I don't care. Look at the whole Discord. Look at my entire life. This is what it's come down to. Let me explain. Let me explain myself. Hi from the past. If you're watching the VOD, sorry about that. You know what I'm talking about. If you're slightly behind the PST time zone, hello from the future. Sorry about what I'm going to do, which is hit this MFing thing with my Gucci on. So 2 weeks back, I streamed my attempt to make a level design. Well, folks, great news! It's evolved. By which I mean we're not doing level design at all today. We're doing corn. Hey, Char. Actually, glad you came in because I did see your message before I went live. What you described is essentially what I'm doing. Or at least want to get to. Where we're doing node-based plant simulations. And we just do a depth first tree algorithm for a tree. And the root node is a root. And stems are stems. Isn't that funny? It actually, it kind of worked out better that way, too. I haven't implemented it quite exactly that way yet. I'm still in the I made a bunch of messy shit and I'm cleaning it up phase. As you can see by this plant, which in its prefab, I just disembodied it so that I could test if it would reassemble itself in the engine, and it does. Because I was trying to figure out how to use coordinates and scripts good. And it does. And we have a redundant origin on top of the roots. Try not to worry about that too much. Yeah, exactly, it just works. That's the stage of development we're on, where it's... I have an idea, and I need to architecture the code to see if the idea even works, and I'll come back and clean it. But it is basically depth first recursion, except it grows a plant. Okay, that's a hole. Let's see. And they all use a generic plant part object, and I'm very happy about that. It looks like it's a really busy script. It isn't. It's mostly just me making copious notes so I know what the fuck is going on, and then there's a couple of extra functions in there for handling how to pick it up. But the actual growth system itself is like, I don't know, maybe like 60 lines overall? So I'm pretty happy with that. And all it does right now is I press a button to tell the simulation layer, hey, advance time, and I have some dummy code in the scripts right now that just tell it to grow. Although it can check from an earlier prototype, but I haven't restored that functionality yet. You can also put it in a hole in the ground from a seedling. It knows how to do that, but that's not plugged in exactly quite yet either. Well, actually kind of is. You just use the C#. I was thinking about it because I was more experienced with like C# and Java, but I did the tutorials in GDScript to see what it was like, and honestly, like I'm kind of vibing with it. It's Germa. But at least right now, like, I can put something in the ground, and then the simulation layer knows how to grow it a tick each. And the plant parts know how to reposition themselves after they grow. And you just get these... I don't know what to call it. They're placeholders. Chatter. Wait, why did I pick up a seedling when I picked up that hose? That's not supposed to happen. Also knows how to happen, like, asynchronously, I suppose. Like, the plant knows how big it's supposed to get. So even if I run the simulation tick, the plant that is fully grown goes, oh, I don't want to grow no more. And everything else is like, ha. So we'll see how I can actually make that useful. But I'm happy with that so far, because I can build off of it. Don't think that carrot big because carrot big, leaf because small, leaf carrot big, not leaf big size. There is a note somewhere in my notebook that is that joke. Because I ended up drawing something that looked exactly like that. The game's 98% done now. Yeah, pretty much. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on Steam, list it as early access, charge $10 for it, and put Fortnite music in the main menu. And proceed to make $50. Yeah, the AI art pack. It's surprisingly more common. No, what we need to do right now is I'm going to see if that basic system I made can be translated to making a new plant and what that looks like. Because I'm curious to see if it's modular enough and supports my nonsense, or if I made it accidentally too cumbersome in some ways that I didn't know about because of the base case. So basically, I'm kind of shaking down the development side of things and having fun. Will our game have loot boxes? Yes, absolutely. There will be giant shipping container crates in a warehouse, and you can buy a key from your computer friend at the store, and you'll have random items in the loot boxes. And if you donated to the Kickstarter or you're on the Patreon, your frozen body on the ship will have its own loot box, and you can tell me what to put inside. Wasn't a joke. That was in my design document as a possibility. How does it handle classes? Yeah. Actually, let me show you. Pretty much like everything else. Like, I don't know if I can zoom in. Can't really. Oh, yes, I can. Never mind. I'm full shit. Like, I'm extending out of a Node 3D object, and then I'm just making a new class. So it very much is a thing. Yeah. GDScript wants to work like Python, where it's implicit. It wants to work that way, but you can force it to be explicit, which is basically what a lot of my inits at the top are. And in fact, it works better when it's explicit, so it kind of raises the question, why wouldn't I just use C#? I don't know. I don't have an IDE. I have to get Visual Studio, and it is kind of nice. I can just do this, not do the plugin and blah, blah, blah. But also, I learned it this way, so now this is the way I'm just always going to do it forever until I'm 50, and I'm going to like constantly tell other people this is the only way they can do it and make everybody's life miserable because of it. Yeah. I'm mostly kidding, but I do like it. It has some Java in it too, although I think C#'s the same way in terms of memory management. But some of it seemed more built in. I don't know. It's what I went with. So anyways, we need to watch how corn grows to try to replicate it, which means I need to watch corn grow and I need to draw it, which I would usually do on the side. I have a couple of notes of plants where I'm like, yeah, you could do the note this way and that way. But like, we're streaming, gang. Uh-oh. We're streaming, gang, so let's just let's draw it together, folks. Yeah, I like the Godot script. I haven't had huge issues with it. So as I understand it, I'll keep watching this. Corn wants to grow kind of like iteratively, thankfully. A lot of plants do. Which is why I was so into this. I'm kind of imagining we'll do like a part kind of like this. Since everything's animation based, this will be the final frame. And what we'll end up doing, and I think I can get away with this, is just layering them. So it'll just be this, and then that, plus another one of it. And then we'll probably just keep doing that. And that's generally what I've seen. Oh god, this is so hard to watch with all the light changes. Well, I need to find a video that isn't doing that so I can, like, observe. Some of these links are purple. Don't mind that. That's real speed. There it is. But essentially, I think we can get away with some version of making a part like this on the left, and then just repeating it. And through the magic of animation and some cheeky little code tricks, we can make a full stalk of corn. Let's see. There is one weird thing that corn does, I've noticed, where it seems like it will... The stalks at first, they don't go for length, they go for number. And then at some point, it's gonna just, like, all go at once. I don't know how much I care to simulate that. Like, you can see, like, some of the first seedling leaves now look really small compared to the other one. I don't know if I can work that in quite yet with scaling. I could take a stab at it, but if it's a little too complicated, I'm not gonna worry myself. Just quite yet, anyways. And I'm gonna get obsessed about it later. But yeah, it does this, where it has this developing crown kind of in the middle. Aw, hell yeah, baby! Stem broken into multiple objects. Essentially, that's what's gonna go down. Because what the plant seems to actually do is it makes, like, a stem with one leaf on it, and then it stacks another stem and a leaf, and it stacks another stem and a leaf, and it stacks another stem and a leaf, and stacks another stem and it stacks another stem and a leaf. Tracking leaves on each stem part. Yeah, exactly. That's probably what we're gonna do for it. And then I'm just gonna animate one section and one object, and we're just gonna keep stacking it up and repeating, and then we'll just do it recursively, and we'll see how painful that is or not. The tricky part is now the flowers and the actual corn. So I thought corn, I don't know why I thought this, only made one cob at the top, and it had flowers that were both male and female. That is not what corn does. Corn makes a flower at the top. That is the silk. It's the male flower. And then it makes the corn cob, the female flowers, kind of on the little V's of its leaf nodes. And it'll make a couple of those, and then the pollen from the top falls down. How did I not know that? Couldn't tell you. Oh, that's a nice pop. I think. Might be something totally different. Yeah, this is where I think I might be fucked, though. You can see the stem leaf kind of repetition, but it does it in a crown. So the corn doesn't like do one stem, one leaf, then one stem, one leaf. It does like 2 or 3 of them kind of at a time. And then halfway through its growth, it starts developing the flower. The male flower, the silk specifically, or the tassels, sorry. Tassels are the male, and then the silks are the female part of it. So I have to stagger these stages at different parts of the animation, which is probably good that I do that, because I imagine, and plants just do this like all the time. They don't give it to you exactly straight. But I was kind of hoping that corn would, for the sake of my own sanity. You want to hard code versus maybe making a model and loading that depending on the state. That is the fun part. So right now, and I may need to change this. Right now, all this data, the growth data, is stored as an animation with, well, stored on an animation track referencing the same animation data, and it can play different animations to modify growth variables based off of input, kind of from the code. Although I'm getting deeper into that more down the line, where we'll probably be using not in singletons, what are they called? Lambda functions from like a data file in order for each plant species to kind of modify those variables differently. But the long story short is it's more like the second thing. It's more state dependent, if that makes any sense. So each corn plant isn't storing all of its information necessarily. It just kind of knows what state it's at based off of an animation reference. And that's all it really knows. And then we run that information back through, hopefully, a generic data file when we want to grow it. So, not too much data. I'm hoping. Real accurate plants, or are you going to do some fake alien plants? I'm kind of going for both. How does real alien plants sound? I guess the idea in general is I want to put in plants that preferably aren't too complex, as in like this bush on the left. I would not see this as something I would want to simulate. This would be lower in priority because I have to fuck around with layering textures and branches to represent it well. And I want players to be able to see what, like, how a plant grows, like structurally. So I might do plants that are more like corn, where they only got like 10 leaves and you can see the individual nodes and everything. That's cool. Or like a monstera, kind of a similar deal. So that column A, column B. Whoops, plants got hybridized with alien plants. Alien plant, yeah. That's kind of what we're going for. Truth be told, the plant decision matrix is, can I think of something easy to make? And can I think of some aspect of how it grows that I might need to factor in for how things will grow? And I don't know if I think of something cool along the way we're doing that. Like this very funny representation, I want to be like an alien plant that's effectively just a short palm tree with a taproot. And I came up with it because I'm like, yeah, I could probably simulate that easy enough. And it felt like a good use case for the design rules. Nowhere near how I want it to look, and I don't think I'll be able to revisit it for a bit, but for a circle and a fucking cylinder, I'm happy. Okay, so the corn. Don't judge my file organizing. I don't come into your house and judge your kitchen. I know where everything needs to be. That's the important part. Why do I have a species-specific controller? Does it really work that way? Right. Doesn't mean to. Right, no, that is what I have open right now. Okay, cool. I'm overthinking everything. What's the timescale for growing plants in-game? My current thought on it is I'm thinking more like, how do I word it? In-game days, but like the days kind of end when you go to sleep, if that makes sense. There is a lore reason for it. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do in terms of timescale growth with like the things you are trying to grow purposefully versus the things you kind of let spread out. But pretty quick, just because it's a game, I think that'd be more interesting. But I almost wonder if I can make timescale like a part of the game somehow. There's a lot of Death Stranding ideas in my head. I think the idea was in a controlled environment, you'd have access to some kind of chemical that accelerates the growth rapidly. And outside of a controlled environment, not so much. So, whatever ends up, I suppose, just making sense. For, like, gameplay reasons. Okay, I'm gonna keep these two things open so I can have a reference point. Nope, that's not where I wanted to make it. Oh my god. Let's just start making the stem. I could start with the roots, I could start with anything. Let's just start with the stem. I don't really need the roots for it. Exactly. That's not hard-coded in. Right now, basically, and this is what I'm happy with, the leaf, the stem, and the roots are all of the same object type. It's all just a plant part. It's all they know. The roots I probably will end up needing to make it a different type on its own. But we'll see. That's only because it has to read data in, and I need to basically tell the plant, or well, tell the part of the plant, like, hey, you're supposed to be looking at the dirt. Could you do that for me? But only one part of the plant needs to do that. Stop motion effect being the game somewhere, like a weird little plant microwave chamber. You can watch it wiggle. You know what's funny? I really like that because since I'm storing everything as animation data, you can do that. You can just watch it grow over time. That totally works. Station near a black hole proximity determines how you experience time. You know what's really funny? That you said that. Months and months and months and months ago when I was thinking of like, what if you did a plant game in space? It did heavily involve something like with black hole and time. So maybe I revisit that. But there was time fuckery heavily involved with it for this exact reason too. It was like, shit, man, plants take forever to grow. What do you do with that? Right, we have to call this stem in. There's a reason. And maybe I shouldn't do it that way for that reason, but here we are. I need a plant part. Yes, you. You are that now. And I'm just going to use CSG shapes because I'm lazy. Ideally, we're using Blender for the model. Today's not an ideal day. Today's I'm a garbage poo-poo man day. Be a more endgame thing when you just gotta get through large batches. That's not a bad idea either. The time enhancing juice may or may not be human stem cells when I get around to it. It might be a little horrible for fun. I don't know. Why not? Tell you what I'm gonna do too. I'm just gonna bring in the corn to my test scene so I know how big it's gonna be, so I don't have to like be annoyed by that later. I mean corner. I don't care about that. Drinking blue milk that makes you pass out? Yeah. What's in the milk? What's in the milk, Uncle Ben? The fuck did you put inside my milk?
Okay, Luke. Drink your milk. I'm your uncle. Drink your milk. Milk's fine.
Uncle Ben! Let's look at the machine. Actively killing you a bit to accelerate it. Maybe. I did have, maybe it's because we talked about it and we're bringing it up again. Hi. What are we doing back here? Oh, it would help if I saved it. That's a little too big. I had a sketch somewhere of, like, basically a wall socket in somebody's arm, and to use machines, you have to plug into it. Yeah, I like that. That should be about enough. And I think the idea was that, like, engineering-wise, if you had a chip in your brain, probably wouldn't want to put the socket in your skull. Just a lot of force going onto, like, just a good way to break somebody's head. But also, you don't want to have a long wire in somebody's body. So your shoulder has a lot of, like, tissue. And, you know, if you lose an arm because the socket gets an infection or something, probably not the end of the world, not good. But, like, it's better than getting an infection in your skull and then your gray matter. Yeah, exactly. And also kind of, like, I liked thinking of it. It made me uncomfortable. Because there is an engineering reason to it. And somebody sat down and thought, okay, how close can we put this cable to somebody's head without being too likely of damaging them? And there's something kind of fucked up about that. Kind of grody. And not because they just wanted to do regular surgery reasons either. Just like, they're like, yeah, we just want to have a computer in your brain for reasons. Hehe. What am I doing? Where's my albedo? There. Me when I'm Austin Powers. And I didn't have a really good working name for my mojo just quite yet. So instead of libido, I called it albedo. And yeah, I'm here all night. Got corn growing out of me socks again, god damn it. Ooh. Ant sprouting out of your socket. Yeah, we're body horror, guys. I had to think about how this little shit's gonna start. Because, boy, when that corn, even when it starts growing, those leaves it puts out are pretty big, huh? Like... So, just, to put an asterisk on it, I'm not growing these in this representation from a seedling. In the sense that, like, I don't want to represent the seedling. I think a seedling is going to be its own object. Because that's just really hard to do. But I think, like, I don't know, like maybe 2 weeks or a month in, that's about what I'm modeling right now. Just for the sake of my sanity, we'll probably have to change the object. But, like, yeah, these leaves are pretty big compared to the rest of the body of corn. Like, even just out the top. I'm kind of surprised by that. And then they hit generally the size they're going to stay for the whole plant. After, like, the first, what, 1... or 5-ish? Yeah, I won't use those numbers, but I'm going to keep that in mind. Third of the way up the stalk. I figure out how to do that crown. That's going to be... Oh, wait. No, we don't have to do that exactly. I know what we can do to cheat that. We're just going to make sure it spawns in its next leaf kind of early in the animation, and then we can do some... animation stuff. Yeah. Let's just keyframe in. Let's just get to the animation already. I feel like I can do that. God, Christmas is in 13 days. That's fucked. It just, like, it just occurred to me. Looking at the time, I'm like, what the fuck? No root animation node. Do you have a root animation node? Oh, you do. Right, it's a blend. For the blend. And then your settings is you are not active. You are not active yet. We'll get to you. Actually, by the way, Make a new library. Corn. What's my naming convention on this? I'm just doing corn anim. I don't want to drive myself crazy lately. A dual system. Why is that a resource? Oh, okay. No, I know why they're libraries. Well... I might not keep doing it this way with the animation libraries. It might just turn into tweens and more code, but no. I wish to save. One thing I could do is we could make the stem height and the leaf height, or the leaf growth, happen at different triggers. And I probably will do that eventually if I keep developing this, because potassium concentration is probably going to drive your stem height, while nitrogen is probably going to determine your leaf size in the soil overall. About that. Yeah. Liddy, it's hot steaming. Flower on flower. Cob on cob. Pornographic action. Live. 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 Pointing at me down there. Yeah. How you doing, Liddy? Hardcore corn. Hard corn. Hard kerneled corn. One could even say. Alright. There's some other upsetting nonsense I'm doing. The animations are going to be 10 frames long, so I can represent 100% by using the first decimal of the second for growth impulses. I want something to grow 100% of the way. Set the frame to 10. And it's going to be like that the whole goddamn way down. 55 is just 5.5 seconds. And the interpolation in the animation handles that. No idea how good that is resource-wise. This could be a totally stupid idea. Cue the edit of me sometimes like 2 years in the future going, it was. But for the sake of prototyping, I'm doing it because it works. Doing some last-minute prep. Nice. Have to make sure to raid you. I don't know how long this will take. But also, like, yeah, that's where I'm at on it. The real reason why I think I did this in the first place was because we're going to have to import animations from Blender at some point. So those animations are going to represent the different growth stages, and then we can blend between tracks to represent different, like, stresses or nutrient deficiencies. And we can just kind of do that by referencing one animation library and by scanning through stages of it. I'm hoping it might work that way. I can't tell quite yet. There was logic behind it. I could also just do that with tweens. I can do it with tweening objects. I probably can do it that way. We'll see what I tolerate. Anyways, let's key this. Will not be a CSG object when we're done. Just what I'm doing right now. But I want to see if it fundamentally works out pretty good. So our max height possible. That. Yes, you. Lamp. Cubic. Continuous. Yeah. Oh yeah, the animation player is an act. Right, position we have to hit on the same thing. Right, that's right, because it grows out the center when you change the height variable, so you got to put all the way smack palm P where down there. I need for yeah. What am I doing? Get back here! What am I doing? What the fuck? Get me out of this. Transform position. Good, beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. Put it in the key. All the way to 10, baby. Okay, well, if I grow it... What's your height? What did I grow you to, sir? For your height to point, let's just call it. See that, and that means your distance is going to be half. You need to buy a point. Perfect. Scary mascot. You could capitalize on the Garden of Banban crowd. Yeah. No, you're genius. Both of you. But only one of you can take credit and pick up on royalties. Whoever sends me the scalp of the other first will be rewarded a 0.5% share in the Garden of Banban. Alright, perfect. That's beautiful, darling. This is exactly how you're supposed to be. Excellent, wonderful. We love it. Mwah. Base. Oh wait, I'm stupid. Oh well, fuck it, we ball. Don't worry about it. We ball, don't worry about it. I'm stupid, but don't worry about it. I did something stupid. This isn't gonna work the way I think at all. This is actually gonna work completely differently. That's gonna be fine. We're just gonna suffer with it until I like what I see. Or give up. My bad. Oh wait, no, this works fine. Okay, I was worried that this wasn't gonna travel with the stem, but it does exactly that. Wait, why does it do exactly that? That shouldn't work like that. Yeah, wait a minute. Oh, because it's attached to the center of the object, and the center is where the relative change in the height is coming from. Because I animated the height, therefore the child object is going up with the height change of the stem. Okay, we can still work with that. Yeah? That's the Grutbot. A little annoying? You think these isn't funny? Grutbot works hard. How does this work well, or do I hate it? Can I use this active stupidity, or is this my folly? I'm starting to think it might be my folly. What would have made more sense is if we had the fucking well, you'd have to animate it like this. That's fine. I don't care. I could make the leaf its own object, and then... No. No, forget I said that. It's asking for too much trouble. I'm like doubling the amount of objects in memory. We just don't need to do that. One script can drive all the behavior. Who cares? Because I'm not placing the leaves anywhere but one part of this thing. Where's this polygon? Where? I'm looking for your frickin' array of nodes, sir. Oh, there it is. Crikey. Alright, get ready for some horrors. I'm sorry. Well, I could be more sorry. That works good. Not really. I just wanted to see what it does when it grows. Oh, it's always going to stay in the middle. If I'm reading that right. Or I should say it's only going to move up as much as the whole stem moves up. Which is to say point... meters? No, not you. We can play with that. That's okay. Just for now. Well, that actually kind of helps, because, that reminds me of the animation we saw. Am I wrong? Where there's kind of this growth from, like this here. Like on the right, where this stem is kind of going up even after its leaf is out. And it's kind of going, you could say it's going down and up at the same time. It kind of might actually help it look more natural. Help make look natural. Anyone else smell toast? And then you hear a thud. It kind of rotate a little too. Yeah. Yeah, oh, I kind of see what you're talking about. Yeah, where the leaves kind of like, they'll bop. Yeah, that I can work in easy. Those are poppy. It wasn't. You can kill me, but you can't kill an idea. Just remember that. What I'm also seeing is that the nodes, like where the sections kind of get stacked up, are kind of like right where the leaf is, almost. Which makes sense, because if you have a thick tissue... I hate that one. I hate that I left that in. That's really funny. Yeah, you got like a thick ring of tissue and it's distributing nutrients out to a leaf. I guess you may as well also use it to distribute out to a stem. You got one problem: if that thing gets chopped, may as well just have less resources get used. I don't know. Yeah, this over here, this is what I'm thinking of. Where there is this kind of... This is still growing up a little bit while this still grows up. And it's almost like it's kind of growing in two ways. But that makes sense for this, because I get the feeling like that stem is going up kind of past the leaf more, but the leaf is still going up with the stem, which it also kind of seems to do. I'm going to very hesitantly... Yeah, but then you don't have the node look to it, do you? Okay, I know what I can do. We keep it simple. So if this model's our height, your branch. I want to see a little branch. Skirt. Okay, boom. Take me to 10. Just scooch it up. Since we're interpolating cubically with everything else. I'm really hoping it looks right, but it might not. I didn't key in the height. That's funny. The thing I came here to do? That didn't feel like it. There we go. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Don't overthink anything. Simple ideas. Whatever your gut says is always right. Because if it's the same cubic interpolation and I'm just saying go between this height and this height, then every part is just going to go, yeah, bet. We love it. Right, it does look like that. I have a plan. I have a plan for this. The plan is make this look better. Which might be slightly out of scope, I will admit. But let's see if we can do trixies. Let's see if we can do trixies. Let's get rid of this layer and just pretend it was never here because it's just gonna get in my way now. And then let's straight up just... Oh, right, you're on your side now, my boy. Oh, why? Why am I doing it with you? What's wrong with me? Flip it over. Thank you. Oh, update. I know why I would want to do that. Ah! I didn't swear. I didn't say anything. Chat, my genius is showing. No, flip it over. What am I doing? Flip it over. Flip it back over. Well, I'll just work with it like this. This is better. Fucking God. Anyways, my plan was to do something like this. Where... What we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of embed it in and see if I can just make that work. The stem being inside the leaf thing, by the way, when I was looking at it, yeah, I was terrified of that. This is going to be the worst part. And it's not even really, I think, the objective of what I'm trying to do. Am I quitting in advance? Don't think like that. Also, where's your X? Are you on the same X coordinate? I just care if you're just leveled. Are you leveled? We can't tell. Okay. Am I the only one around here who? So, like, what's your point then? How do I make you... Because I can make you go up and down. No, I can't. I have to rotate. Not that way. Not that way. Not that way. Am I high? This is why I should do this in Blender and not using CSG object. Oh, what? Oh my God. So I think, just for the sake of not killing myself, we'll do something like this, where over time, they'll grow out, and then more like, well, you get the idea. And if I can get that close, I'm happy. And then we'll make an actual good representation when I implement this. Shit, I guess I could just, make more poly, like, not polygon, my vertices and work it in a little bit, couldn't I? Couldn't I just do that? People are saying it. This is music. Oh, actually worry about that. I thought it was gonna be the last Noel for like half a second. I'm not even kidding you. What are you doing up there, baby boy? No. I'm in hell. Why am I doing it this way? Alright, alright. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. Remember, if you realize you make a mistake, the best thing to do is to keep doing it. Eventually, it'll get better. Which... There you are. We're gonna give our corn a little coat. A little jacket, if you will. I do hate how the nodes are not organized in the order I thought they would be. It makes me very sad, and also just looking like dog. Why is that the first one? Why did I? Come in. Reminds me when I used to use like Wings 3D for modeling. I am pleased enough with this to just move on with my life. This looks enough like what I want. Is this easy? I know. I've probably said this a million times over, but my favorite Christmas song, bar none, is the not Culture Club. Who fucking does this one? The last Christmas, gave you my heart, very next day. Whoever does that one, I like that one. It's just moody, just so moody. How different are the leaf color from the stem color? Not too different. Not different enough that I want to make them look different in polygonal form. Yeah, I can't actually believe that that looks even remotely okay. So... here's what we'll do. I need to like start using Blender stat. I can't keep doing CSG objects. It's gonna be a huge time sink, which I knew, but like, goddamn. And probably too, these aren't even gonna be 3D objects. The leaves will probably just be flat planes, and then we'll put the texture on them. Unless that looks like shit, in which case I won't do that. I don't know. Blender. It is sickening how it's like, maybe not sickening. Actually, it's not sickening at all. It's super based. How it's like debatably maybe the best 3D modeler. At least for what people generally need to use. And it's just free. I guess I could say the same thing about Audacity. Like, you can't use it as like a DAW. You can't do a lot of specific stuff with Audacity, but it's a really good audio editor. I know people who do music production that are like, yeah, sometimes I do use Audacity for some things. Not like actual beats, but like modifying effects and stuff. But we're just gonna get the transform right. We're just focusing on the leaf going up and down. Full stretch? Why'd they do that to him? I thought he was a perfect size to start with. Fucking Beatle fans, man. Nothing wrong with how unstretched Paul McCartney. Too kind. You're too kind. Stop. 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 Ow, the hands. They're real. They're touching me. Oh. Oh, there's so many. Oh my god. Ow. Ow, stop. Stop! You think you can kill me? You're right. Please don't kill me. Okay, you know what I should have checked at the start? Can I key? Yes, I can key this. Okay. God. In fact, I'm just gonna do that right about now. Okay, but can I key it and do this? We're just checking. Yeah, we can do that. All right, cool. Well, maybe not growing in the best way. We can fix that. Well, first off, we should set our animations to cubic. Don't clip through. Clip through. You can clip through that much, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so, like, fundamentally, what we're doing makes sense and work. And even better, because we keyed the polygon position. Okay, definitely if I were to do this again, the leaf would be its own... It would be on its own animation. Let's not worry about that right now. We're not accounting for soil-based nitrogen. I can just grow this fucker. Cool. Let's do our rotation. Oh. Yes, I can do the rotation, but first I need to rotate it, silly. Yeah, why not? This is certainly gonna look away, isn't it? It needs to be thicker, don't it? This is definitely just having fun with animation at this point, as opposed to, oh boy. Who turned you? Did I turn you? Oh, I guess I turned you a little bit. No? Wait, what the blazes? Yeah. Who told you to do that? That's crazy. Alright, I'm not gonna get in the weeds on that one. The ultimate destination of my workflow here is that we will be importing these animations and doing them in Blender and then sending them into Godot, so I don't have to do wild, wacky shit like this in an editor that's not really made to do what I'm asking. Yeah, passable. I would You do need to make the leaf thicker, though. That's definitely got to happen, unfortunately. This is perfect. A little farmy banjo in the kazooie. Yeah, it could be me. Are these the same? Am I? Yeah, I'm ludicrously insane. I had to do like half the work. Well. Polygon. Yeah. I hate that it rotates like that, but I don't know or understand why it does. That's crazy to me. I'm just letting it have that ring for now. That's yeah, like I want to tell you to stop. Can I just add in an extra key just to say knock that off, please? Fix it, or is it going to make it rotate faster? That's what I want to find out. Now I'm just curious. Hey, are you going to rotate worse or better? Better. Okay. Like, still a little wonky and fucked up, but not nearly as much. Now, why did the polygon not save settings? I will cry. Or maybe it did. I think it did. I'm just whack. Okay, that's a much more, like, gooder leaf. A little big, but... well, that's corn for you, baby. I think that'll be okay. Okay. So, I'm happy with that animation. Enough. I think that'll do a good job aping the behavior. We'll kind of go from that up. I think you're moving too soon. I don't think it's going to hold that brown. I'm going to try one. So, no, I didn't. Okay. I love that for her. Why did she make that little swoosh? Like every time it happens, I have to come in and fix it a little bit. Okay. I'm okay to do it. It's fine. Like the interpolation will handle the animation. We can have complex things in there like that and not worry too much. It is very funny to me. Yeah, whatever. Just make the swoosh worse. Like, I care. Because ideally, when we were watching it grow, I'll press a button and you'll see it go between the stages. But I guess also, to me, it kind of simulates when you see in those, time lapses, like you'll see the leaves wiggle. Like it kind of reminds me of that, so I could hate it a lot more. I still don't love it. So the next thing we have to do is I have to just add a marker. Yeah. I don't think we're going to get much better out of the Godot animation editor. Which is a... Yeah, if it's just going between different stages, like there's no interpolation. We're just doing 1, then 2, and like 5, 7. You don't notice it nearly as bad. So I'm happy with that. Hyperthermically speaking. We also haven't like really addressed how width gets changed in the stem. I'm not going to do that just yet, if at all, for the stream. I just want to get to this where we actually grow them on top of each other. This width is a mess, especially with a plant that grows in sections. Because there's no smooth way to do it inside of Godot with the tools I have. I could probably do it in Blender with cones and animations properly, but... Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Ow. What I want. 1.752 is 2757. 3.5 is how high you should be? Oh, chance. Yeah, no, what was it? Oh, 0.35. Oh. 0.9, I give up. Whatever. You live at the top. That's where you live. We're going to make sure you stay there. Because that's going to be your connection out. Cool. Now here's the fun. We already have our plant logic set up. So I have to hope that I can basically apply it to this right. Comes to mind might be an issue with the current system is how do you do ambient animations, movement from airflow, etc. My intention is to do have it be shader based. I don't know exactly what that looks like yet. But it would probably be part dependent. So I would imagine, since this is our component, I would just have a shader. I've seen tutorials done on it before, where if we have like ambient stuff in the wind, the whole stem will just kind of sway a little bit. I'd like it if the leaf would also sway differently, but like, I don't really think of like corn leaves swaying in the wind. I guess that would be case by case. But yeah, shader based. Probably what if I could adapt it in, it would be helpful if I could do skeletons in the plants. So I could attach bones to points. Right now I'm using like manual markers, but if I could just work with a skeleton and just be like, yeah, put the bone on the bone, you bonehead. I would like that more. Up. And then have bone in leaves. Oh, ooh, it's fun. Part attached to. We don't care about part connections out. Marker connections in. Marker connections out is our marker out. Beautiful. Animation tree. I don't need to constantly keep a reference to it, but that's how I did it to make it work for now. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Especially with the animations being kind of how it does stuff. Like if I have a leaf node represented by a bone or the end of a bone, then like, hey, get droopy for me, baby. Then I can just blend in those particular nodes, going wonk, or so forth, and such as. We're just going to see how it develops based on what I want to do. I think my next objective is definitely going to be this system, but I make the plant by importing from Blender, and we do some dynamic leaf placement or something like that. Something, maybe not fully dynamic. Yeah, actually, shit, that would be pretty cool. I wonder if you could do that. Well, you could definitely do it with bones. Yeah, because there's rope simulation. You could do... Basically, you can treat it like a node-based rope sim. I don't want to think of the computing for that. I wonder if you could do that shader-based, though. Because you'd be calculating the displacement from the capsule collider. I don't know how to write shaders. I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. Yeah, I'm a shader guy. I don't know how to write a shader. Fuck Lua. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Marker connection in, marker connection out. Can be multiple, just one. Display name, I don't care about that. Max growth overall 10 because I'm bored. Boring like that. Part attached to, we don't care about that. Yeah, no, we can just do this fully dynamically. By dynamic, I mean scripted. I guess it's not really dynamic if it can only resolve to one possibility. The real question is, how do I... We need to tell the corn to stop growing so tall. Well, let me get the basics working first so I can... Let's get the car rolling before I get the brakes. Oh, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. You should make sure your brakes work before the car can move. Yeah, I'm built different. Oh shit, how do I do this? How am I gonna do this? I have to figure out how to place parts on top of each other with code. That's right, I haven't done that before. That's kind of the new thing for today. Should I have done that before? Yes. And I do have code that kind of does it before, but I didn't do it before. Don't worry about it. My onReady function says set all my outgoing parts to the correct nodes. Okay. Right, so if I... Okay, I know what we need to do. Don't hate me for what I'm about. Just be okay with it. Well, I guess I'd be instantializing... I can be funnier. Oh, I can be so much funnier. Yeah, that's the trick, is we have to determine the height of the specific animation point. Or... Well, that part... Technically, we can do that through arbitrary calculations and just say, like, hey, if you scored however much, increase animation by 0.5, and then that's how much it'll grow, or 3.5, and that's how much it'll grow. For the time being, I do have a max that it's allowed to grow per tick, because I was playing around with that earlier. So that is implicit in the fact that we're on timeline animations with interpolation. So I can say, like, oh, it did 10% good, and then boom, that's just one tick up. Unit height for each plant, that would get easier. Elaborate. I'm curious. Like make a plant meter? I want to know what that is. I think for this, though, I think it's going to get weird. Boy, it would sure help if I knew how to write. You make each 1% growth 1% the total height, and it's easier to calculate the current height. That's so true. One. Like total height maximum? Like 1% of its potential maximum growth? So I think we might technically be able to do that. Maybe? For the animation itself. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yes. We'll see. Yeah, it depends on how much I will need to know that. I will keep this in mind. You can't see it. I'm like in deep thought on this. I'm like, I have my eyes closed. I'm like in my head. I'm doing the fucking Benjamin Cumberbatch like number thing. I'm in my mind palace. I'm moving around the triangles with my hands. So my idea is I am going to grant. This is probably a better case for an extension on an object, but we'll just give every plant piece the... No, this could be cool because it would be nice to let players potentially mutate plants by changing what functions get used at which stages by a plant, but having all of that usability technically available to every plant. So in this case, I'm going to make a function called grow shoot, which just grows the current part on top of itself. So I guess if you mutated the script or whatever, however I make this more dynamic down the line, you could technically mutate a leaf to call a leaf on itself, or a stem to call another stem on itself, which we're going to need anyways. And then that way you can make monstrosities. That could be fun. But for now we're going to do it like this. I need to make a new object. Nope, I'm going crazy. Hold on. We're gonna read the documentation because I'm doing something dumb. I just need to know how to copy. I need to copy make a copy of the packed scene that my current tree is from. That's what I think I'm looking for. Because I would, woo, there's the whole stream. I'd prefer not having to pass in another reference where I can. Oh, hello. The function get AABB will be a bounding box for the single mesh. Oh, I'm high. No, I'm not. Okay. Ignore everything. Of the current. Try to get a copy of current object. Current unique copy. There we go. And we ignore Google. Thank you. Mesh. ABB. Perfect. Oh, I see. Right. There's also what is it? Array mesh and mesh instance that lets you do totally custom vectors and everything. Which is what I thought. I tried to do this a few months ago. And I was like, I'm probably gonna have to use that, but I'm too dumb. And then I stumbled on like, oh, I can use animation to do that, and kind of have the best of both worlds, where it's like stage simulated, but I'm pasting this in. Okay, I want to make a new instance of does my ready function no, it doesn't. Okay. In order to copy everything over, I would probably have to make a whole function for it. I mean, I could cheat and in the preload just grow the corn again, but that's not what I want to do, because that's gonna... I can't. No. A resource. I would show you the documents page I'm reading, but it's just on my regular browser, and I'm scared. I could do a YouTube video because we can just zoom in on that, but remedy this. Go into your original node. Go to resource section and select the local description outside of the scope. If I was doing like another programming language, I would just say new shoot equals like marker 3d.new, pass in this as my argument. Something like that. You know what? Let me... Sometimes this works when I do it this way because I'm a bozo. Expected 0, but receive 1. So that doesn't work. Because this isn't a class, right? Okay, fuck. Can I set it equal to it and not have it be a reference? That doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm gonna do it the stupid way, just to see what happens. Which is something I say a lot. I know how to write in the scripting language. I've done this before. Couldn't find the type plant part in the current scope, huh? Right. That would be really weird if you could, because that doesn't exist. It's written completely differently. My bad. That can't make sense. All right. Well, we'll try it. This doesn't make sense, but I need to know how it doesn't make sense. How to instance an object. It almost burns reading it. Like, I feel like someone just posted, like, how to breathe, like, when I'm choking. But I am choking, so give me the wiki on how to breathe. Making copies, yep. Do this, create an object in its own scene. Remember that you can right-click on the root notification even if you want to change, type to whatever you want. Yeah, I'd have to use the file directory. Oh yeah, I want to write instance. I'm crazy. Oh boy. We're going somewhere with this, by the way. In the future, I want to make sure I find an empty connection out to do this, but for now, I only have one, so we'll just do that. And I know I have one. This feels stupid. Feels really stupid. Which makes me want to really do it more. So here's what we're going to do. We have that function in our script now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call the function using the animation track. Why am I allowed to do this, one might ask? Let's go ahead. Let's do this at 3, just so I can press the button. Well, 2. I can press the button 2 times, and it should do what I said to do. Hold on to your butts. It's not going to preview it either. Thank God. Hold on to your butts, everybody. This is going to get weird. Yeah, it is. And not in a good way. Hey, baby plant. Baby plant, where'd you go? I put you in the editor. You're looking at you right goddamn there. Come on, don't be shy. Shy. I didn't save the scene when I put the plant in. If this doesn't like instantly break, I'm happy. Oh! Oh, I know what's going on. It wasn't in the plant group, so the simulator. How does the grow button work? I'm glad you asked. It calls the simulation layer, which is a guy. It's just a guy. And literally, oh, okay, that's why, because it's only checking for plant controllers. Right. Right. Let's not ask how it works, because I realized that the way I had it working in my, like, fugue state, trying to desperately make the prototype work, involves, like, maybe 2 more steps than it needs, and that's making this not easy right now. Don't worry about it. What do I need? What the fuck do I need this to do? What do you mean plant part isn't in the current scope? Well, why does that work? You have type plant controller, yes? Do you not have... Oh, god damn it. I'm renaming you. I'm getting sick of this. Come back here. Get renamed. I said get renamed. Okay, never mind. I can't even, like, beat my own code. There we go. I'm gonna do this because I think it's funny, but it's also gonna try to simulate these parts. And, shouldn't do that. That's not good. I mean, oh! That's working great. No, this is actually good. I'm not just saying that because I'm coping. Because I did want to see what was going to break. Oh, I know why. It's because it's trying to call a function that it doesn't... Plant sim manager, run tick. Plant sim manager. If childless plant part doesn't have advanced tick. Why do I have a separate plant controller? Why did I do that to myself? Okay. That needs to get fixed. Don't worry about that. I'll tell you what we'll do for now. We'll just give you an empty node and then just put the right script on it, yeah? Provided I didn't also make this work horribly. Right. This is exactly what I wanted to do this exercise for, actually. I'm glad this came up. I wanted to see what stupid shit I did that makes implementing the next thing harder, so I could fix it before I have to do this potentially dozens of times. Ish. Hit child 0, try to grow. Oh, yeah, I even put in the note. Good. Why am I so ratchet? Add better checks to this. Oh my god. Yeah, at least I know. At least he knows. Okay, we'll just do this. Congratulations, you're the new parent. This hurts me. You're the new scene route. Sorry. Alright. Yeah, that's gotta get fixed. No. Plant controller. I'm killing him. Stop killing him. He's already dead. Yeah, that hurts me. Okay, so it's still gonna... Runnership plant part equals marker.connection in instance. Yes, because we're... Yes, it should. Frankly, plant controller just really shouldn't exist. It's a completely redundant method. But I know what you mean. It's... I think it was... When I started doing the refactor, I was like, I'll probably need this. And then I built on top of it everything else and like only left one function in there. And I think last night when I wrapped it up, I'm like, okay, I need to change this. But I also was like, oh, I just want to go to bed. we'll try it tomorrow and see how bad it is. But yeah, this is completely unnecessary. I don't need any of this in this method or this class. I don't need that. Anyways. What? Alright, plant controller's being a bitch. Oh, script inherits from Node 3D. My bad. Does it have to? Am I crazy for that? Apparently not. Alright, cool. Alright, Walter. Why aren't you growing, Walter? Okay.
Game!
Ah! That's so loud. Jesus. Advanced tick, get child 0, try to grow. Okay. That's you, baby. You're child 0. So your plant part. Try to grow. No, no, no. We're still fine. Try to grow. If parts connection out isn't null. It's not. Oh, there's something else I did wrong. Well. No, I didn't do it wrong. We need to add... shoot. What am I doing this for? I'm not testing this right now, Walter. What the recursion array, Walter? I'm just trying to put another plant on top of another plant right now, Walter. Here's a question. Did I get any errors? Here's a question. Did I save this? Don't worry about what's on the right. It doesn't get used. Hey. Do some debugging. See, no, I am going to cry. Yep. It's time for some logging. Okay, so it only found one plant controller? Corn stem? What type are you? Plant controller? Yeah, I see that. Yes, sir. It's the world's only plant. What it fucking feels like. Ay. You over there. The fuck? Oh my god, I'm warped. So when I bury it, it works correctly. But the plant's manager, there you go. Yes, it doesn't. You got it. It's not looking at something that's outside of it. If I'm doing get child 0. Okay. Yeah, it's a ratchet implementation that needs to. Okay, so it does see it. So roots is the basic here. Child 0 is stem in that. Yes, you are. Yes, you are my big beautiful stem. stem in. Correct. That's what we're looking at. I'll just even rename it. Hold on. Let me make sure we're calling to it. Extra sure. A 2-string for classes? I don't know, actually. Well, I mean, I guess that's technically what I'm doing. It's implicit. All I'm getting is roots and then corn stem. So I'm getting the child that's being called. But yeah, I can call... I can just call in an object and it'll give me something that looks like that. And then I'll get the object type and then a unique ID. Yeah, right now it gives me... Yeah, it'll say that my name in the hierarchy is corn stem. It'll tell me that it's a marker 3D, which it is. Yeah. Now, why you no grow? Oh, is it because... I bet you it's something to do with the animation trees. Okay, so I know the stem works because I've seen it. This is active, but this tree is not active. Is that what I have? Do they need to be childed? Probably not. I'm going to do it anyways. Not active tree. Active. Correct. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. The animations wasn't playing because I didn't hook it up in the animation tree. Thank god that's all it was. My name is Cornstem. That's such a relief. I was gonna go insane. About my name being Cornstem, of course. The animation tree sure is inactive, bud, and it's gonna stay that way. Oh my god, that is so dumb. Well, we did fix everything else. There we go. Alright. That's what we spent the last half hour trying to test. Invalid call. Non-existent function instance in base marker 3D. Isn't instance... like... How is it not? Marker connection in is the marker 3D that is at the bottom of the object. Which I don't really need. Yes. Wait a minute. Right, because I'm trying to do what I'm doing here. Oh my god. New shoot plant part equals marker connection dot in instance. I'm trying to get this. What? I'm trying to get this. We don't need to get the plant controller. We don't need this for reasons. I'm trying to get everything here up. That's what we were doing half an hour ago, where I was figuring out how can I cheat to do this quickly without... Oh, but that's why I have the plant controller. We might not be cooked just yet. Hold on. Self is a keyword. You think I should do a self instance? Is that insanity? I guess I may as well try. Oh no, it does not like that idea. What's instance supposed to be, sir? What are you? I condemn this. Oh, misery. I know why I have a plant controller and why each part gets set up this way. And it was so that I could say, hey, plant controller, if you want a stem, or if any of your parts ask for a stem, this is the stem you use for this plant species. This is the leaf you use. This is the root you use. That was the idea. Now I'm running into that problem, aren't I? It's a potential solution. Construct instances from objects and not just classes. Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah, that's the problem. Because then what I'm basically saying is I need a way... Oh... Yeah, I would almost have to refer to the packed scene in some fashion. I think of how I want to do this quick. Do I want to make... I would rather have a controller and build off of a controller just in case I need to do something potentially drastic to the whole plant very quickly. Like, apply a condition, apply some kind of temperature thing. I see that giving me more flexibility in the future. And for this case, it's also good because I can give the controller a list of parts that plant species has access to for this kind of shenanigans exactly. And at that point, a controller just becomes a list of references. I don't feel too bad about having that as overhead. Maybe I'd do it that way. The stem and leaf classes as parameters. Yeah, well, we could do it that way too. I'll tell you what. Let's do it that way for now. Because I like how it feels in my head. I can roll around more. I can rotate that cylinder. Yeah, it would potentially have to do that. I'm thinking like... What I'm thinking the controller would do, when I say drastic, I mean like, hey, I lit the tree on fire. Can you apply a shader to the like, just calculate a bounding box really quick and apply a shader to that? It's like something like that when I say whole plant. Whereas everything else, if we're doing some kind of like leaf-wise animation, I'm just going to send that call recursively up or some variation of that. But controller is basically there. It could just do quick cleanup where it's like, hey, controller, can you drop your reference to the root node and then delete yourself? I guess we could also do that with the root node because Godot works by cleaning up. It has garbage collection like that. I don't know why I'm explaining all this other than I'm just saying it out loud, by the way. I worry. I'm not trying to be like I'm not arguing or anything. I like your ideas. I'm just thinking now. Which is why I'm glad you are in chat. Now I can think. Yeah, just because I'm making this one function right now, and I want to just simplify the amount of references I have to do to make this work at all. And this is good. This means I can come in and watch the VOD, and I can reassess how I want to do this functionality. we'll just vaccine, and we'll call it something like, we'll call it the self scene. That's hard for me to forget. And then our self scene in hornstem is a reference to, you guessed it, hornstem. Where's my corn? And then we can just load from that. I don't know how to do that. Now I'm doing loading. Yeah. Dot instantiate. Even the code I don't use anymore builds off of itself by way of giving me the information I need. Variable. I think I just need a new one. I don't need to preload it. Boy howdy, I sure hope this works and in no way goes wrong whatsoever. Is marker connections out a list of lists? No, it's a list of markers. Is indexing and then adding a child needed? In this case, yes, because what I'm saying is add this scene as a child to the marker. Which we have to do, because when we grow, I want to make sure that that connection stays where the marker is in the animation, so it stays put. Yeah, exactly. Which isn't how we would do it in every case, but since just for right now, I know that every shoot only is ever going to have one marker. We'll do that, but later I'll need to add like a for loop to make sure that I have an empty marker to make an attachment to if I call that function in particular. Yes. That's good sanity checking right there. What we're talking about. All right, let's see how bad this breaks. Motherfucker. Cannot call method instantiate on a null value. Well, I guess you can't you? I'm this close to just putting in preload reference. What do you mean a null value? Oh, God. I'm so dumb. I don't know what's going on. Let's just do this. Let's look up the dog. Godot load hack scene from script member variable. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, hold on. Oh, I have to. I'm instantiating it before I tell it what it's instantiating. No, but I got. Can I not preload a variable reference to my member? Self-scene isn't set to anything. It should be. It should be set to horn stem. Yes? That is what you are. Oh, I have so many extra things in here on this script I don't need. Oh my god. This is a good exercise. I think what it's mad at... cannot all method instantiate on a null value. It's very much not a null value. Maybe I just didn't save it right, and I don't know. It isn't set to anything. It should be. It should just be referencing this, which I have it set to. Because this is self-seen, so you can use these variables and refer to them as long as you have them set in the on the right here. You can't get past that. So it is set to the reference, but I think it's because I have to load the pack scene. I didn't load it right, so it. Right. Equals self-scene. You know what maybe I'm doing wrong here? New shoot is what needs to be instantiated. Right? I'm going insane. No, you're right. That's what I'm confused about too. It clearly is null, and I think you're right. It's not getting loaded, but it should be loaded. I'm gonna just go insano mode, and basically I think I just told my poor little computer to do the exact same thing I just told it to do, but with like another line of code. But I grow nothing by testing, or I lose nothing by testing. Okay, this is different. Non-existent function instantiate in base nil. What? Oh, can I just not? Okay, I think I see what the issue is. I can't just assign a packed scene to a variable. It doesn't like that. I have to load the packed scene in a different way. The issue is I'm trying to load the packed scene into new shoot, and this is just not having it one bit. Can I just use .NET? Am I crazy just to think that that's how I want to do it? So we're reading the reference, but the way we were using the reference didn't let the variable take it. So it effectively was null. Okay. So I gotta figure out how to make that not happen by learning how to instance. Because the only other way I've been able to do this is instance it by reloading from a file path. And we can't... We can do it. I'm just disappointed that I have. Okay, see, we'll have to fight this battle, I guess, and I'll have to figure out what to do. And for now, we'll just set the reference to a string. Preferable. It just feels wrong, though. It feels gross. At least, not a no-op, yeah. I keep trying to scroll down to find my functions, because I am from the Stone Age. Maybe that's what I was doing wrong. Maybe it's because I did that redundantly. All right, welcome to the part of the code zone where you change a line and try it again anyways for reasons you can't identify. Interesting. Can't call new on nil. Are you gonna meet me in the middle? Just do instantiate. You know, Char, maybe there was something to using C#. At least I know in C# how the memory management and everything works. When it's dynamic, it just gets a little funny. Yeah, there we go. It's still a null value. Why is it null? If our new shoot equals self-scene dot make an instance of it. You know what I could do? Hold on. I can just tell me what you have, please. Tell me which one of these are null. I'm dying to know. Yeah. None of this tomfoolery. If you make new, I know damn well what I just did. I'm gonna fucking... What do you mean they're both null? What do you mean they're both null? What do you mean they're both null? This is scary. Yeah, it is. They're both null? This guy. This motherfucking guy. Oh my fucking god, I know what's happening. Yeah, I know what's happening. Hey, gang. No. No, it can't be that. What do you mean plantless? Why do I have a plant? Get out of here. I shouldn't delete things I don't understand. Okay, never mind. Still it. You. Yes, you. You. I'm looking at you. Get out of there. You're in my perfect world. That's what I was just thinking. So we got rid of it. I don't think so. Yeah, no. Because this is getting called from the animation inside of the corn stem. So only the corn stem, because it has that animation, is asking for that. It's the part of the coding project where we have worked on this for we're going in circles on the same problem to the point where our brain's just kind of melting. You know that part? You know that part? I'm feeling it. That's the code zone right there. I think the problem is I don't understand how to turn this into usable data. I think that's the issue. I think you're right. Which vexes and confuses me such, because I'm looking at you in there. I see you. That's it. That's the self scene. That's the reference. All of this is preset data, so the object should be holding on to this. But everything we've done, it has it as null, so I don't get it. I think the self scene is nil. Okay, just making sure. I would cry. No, it's a member. But why wouldn't it set? It should set on the ready function. It should just be in there. I'm even gonna like prove that I'm not going entirely insane. Print my max growth age, or maybe I'm proving that I didn't know what I was talking about in the first place, actually. Print my self scene, please. Well, now when we just load in. Okay. So I'm not that crazy. So our max growth age in this section on the right that you can't see super good because of chat is 10. Because I set that in the scene. But the self scene that I have, that I said, hey, yep, that's what it is. When I try to call that from string, it's just null. Holy shit, you're a genius. That makes... No. Because, well, I'm sure you're a genius. Because the packed scene here, this TSCN, that's in storage. So what this should be is a reference to this. But when I call on it, it doesn't even give me a reference. It just gives me null. All right, we're gonna do it the stupid way. Unfortunate, but I'm just gonna do it. We will. I will figure out how to be more graceful about this later, but we're just. We're just gonna load it from the string. I don't know. I don't know. That's how you do it. I can click on the left, stop scrolling down, wasting and confusing myself. Must be a constant. Can I just do load? Node.getNode method. For this to work, the child node must be present in the C3. Getting the parent's node.ready function. Ready.getNode. New node. Name of Yes. This. You think? Because at that point, we're just processing the object's growth. So it should still be able to refer to it. Because at the same line, I still have the rest of my data. I can still access this when I get to that stage. Maybe. Although now that I'm opening this up, I want to see if there's something else I can do. You can use two shorthands to shorten your code script. First, putting on ready annotation before the variable to initialize it right before on ready callback. First comment on the page. Oh, creating instances tutorial. Jesus Christ, thank you. Create many scenes as you want and save them as the files of .tcn extension, which stands for text scene. Let's, for example, call those pack scenes. Here's a wall. Once you have saved a scene, it works as a blueprint. You can reproduce it and do instancing. Yay. Oh. I mean, I was into that too. Note that all nodes will only be available at runtime. Therefore, if you set a variable to a node with a node path, you must have the onReady attribute. I don't know if the TSCN is considered a node or a reference to a file location. That being said, there's absolutely nothing I lose by trying it the way I think you want to see it tried. I can just try it. And if that's right, I am thrilled. As I would also like to know if that would work. I would love to know. Get out, Matt. Oh, hold on a minute. Isn't it crazy that I can, like, dress myself in the morning? I think that's kind of cool. I have a crazy idea. What if it was because I was calling it on a node? It has something to do with that. We'll do both of these things at the same time. That's called science. Muddying my water. You know what? Yeah, that's. I'm joking, but the thing I'm saying is, set in stone. Never mind. Never mind. We'll set the default value after export. Oh, it's a warning treated as an error? Did I do the thing where I read half the note? It said, use this, and I'm like, I will use this. And then the other half of the note tells me the thing I need to do to actually make it work? Because that might be the case. Right, so if I did onReady, then I can't really use it. Is that what it's saying? Scenes are templates in which you create as you'd like. Creation called instancing. It from code happens in 2 steps. Load the scene, create an instance. Scene is a packed scene resource, not a node. To create the actual node, we need to call packed scene.instantiate. It returns a tree of nodes you can use as a child of your current node. I think that's what I'm doing wrong. Because the packed scene reference that I have isn't a node. It's a different thing. So I have to turn it into a node and then work with it. Var instance scene.instantiate, where scene is preload. Okay, let's do this first. But let's do the onReady export and see what happens. For science! Yes! Is that what the TikTok girlies are? Fuck! Yeah, I don't. It's okay. You can keep doing it. I don't need you to just pretend we didn't see that. I'm gonna have a conniption fit, man. What do you mean? We've done this in too many stupid ways, and now it's like completely collapsing in on itself. That's the problem I'm having right now. My stupidity is like it's made like a Tower of Babel. I've done too many times have I said this works for now, and then it doesn't. I might be. What do you mean, man? What do you mean, man? All right, fuck it. Just do the regular export. Just pretend we didn't have this conversation. You know, just we didn't talk about this. I'm still scrolling. I'm clicking. Okay, and then we're gonna do it. And we're gonna do it the way. We're gonna do it the way the documentation. Go down here. It's gonna be a two-step process. I've done it this way before, haven't I? I've done it this way before, haven't I? You know what? Worry about it. I'm not gonna think about it. We're just gonna do it again. We're gonna do it. I'm seeing this in the documentation. They said, hey, that's the way you're supposed to do it. Probably break. Be wrong. Be incorrect. Tell me it's null again. Fine with that. Okay, cool. Confirming this. I just want to make sure. Not a null value. You're not a null value. I'm looking at you. You're not a fucking null value. You're more important than this. Alright, I'm just gonna do the bullshit way I was planning to do it in the first place. You're not a null value! You're my son! You're my son and I love you! You're not null! You're the world to me! You're the world to me! You're not null! You're something! You're something! Yep, copy the file path. Hey, man. Hey, man. Buddy, you're not a vaccine anymore. You're string. I just told you to be a string. Please, I'm dying. My family wants me home. They're wondering where I'm at. They're saying be a string. They're saying please be a flippin' flappin' string. Hey, are we happy? It just doesn't exist anymore. Yeah! How you like that, you stupid function? I don't care. Just all of you get out of my face. Pass it for now. We're gonna just save it. I want to see this variable go away. I don't care. Go. Die. Get out. Get out of my way. Okay. This is therapeutic. Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. What we learned, see, this is why I do this too. Like, I am coping, but coping is a healthy mechanism after a certain point. I was fine fucking around with that for an extra 20 minutes just to confirm that it wouldn't work that way, so that I can use that knowledge later, and I just get it out of the way while it's in front of me, and I'm fine with that. Like, genuinely. I think that's kind of the way to do it in general. At least that's what I've learned, or I like to do it, I should say. Not like what I learned, like that's a fact. I'm sitting on a fucking mountaintop meditating. I'm not meditating. I'm doing the opposite of meditation. I'm like making my mental health worse. What do they call that? I guess like doing craft. What's something? Okay. What am I? Okay, I got it. Okay, hypothermically, that should just do what we want. I could have just done that an hour ago. Or could I? Fuck. Invalid type and function add child and base marker 3D. The object-derived class of argument when packed scene is not a subclass of the expected argument class. In English, Poindexter? Is it because the marker class can't... You're right, I did do that. But the scene has a plant part in it. But it doesn't know that, does it? Oh, hey, we didn't instantiate it. That would help if we did that, too. I think that's what we did wrong. Yes? Yeah. Yeah, we have to instantiate it. Wait, is it going to be new on this one? Hold on. We got a quick way to figure this out. I'm going to do both. I think you're right. Yep. What? Yeah. I don't like how they have new and instantiate. New is for nodes. Wait, did I need to instantiate this at the top? Hold on a minute. Let's read the documentation. Jesus Christ is Lord. Because I've done this before. Hold on a minute. Where's my hole? Don't clip that. Yeah, new plant zone equals preload of this plant controller dot instantiate. Okay, that's what I needed to do. Because I've done this before. This works. If I put a plant in a hole, it does make this. New plant zone, that's set global position, marker, plant here, global position. Okay, and then I'm doing some operations on it. Get parent, add child, new plant zone, true. Yeah, so... Yeah, yes. I feel like I'm learning a bit here. scene equals low-blot instance equals scene. Yes, I think that's generally what it wants. Hey! 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 Yo! Yo! Okay. Now let's see what... now let's really fuck it up. So the top one doesn't grow. That's okay. I think I know.
Pepe Sylvia.
How do I do that? How do I do that? For my scene transition. Did you know that Majomi took the stream deck in the divorce? It was awful. I mean, it was her stream deck. But I miss it. Stem? Yeah, I think... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. I had to change out of that quick before the content ID stepped in. Okay, I think I know why it's doing that, and it's because... we didn't... Yeah, I know why. We didn't add it. It doesn't know that it has this as a child. Which is a problem, actually, but we'll get it. Right, because right now... Why did I do it this way? It's wacky. Oh, that marker has a child. I should just do it then, actually. No, I might have actually done this correctly. Try and grow. If parts connection out doesn't equals nil, which is our array, or plants in parts connection out, anything in parts connection out, plants dot try to go, try to grow. Okay. So if I add this, oh no, because the marker. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my problem. Parts connection out. We can do this in more elegant ways. I'm actually gonna make the note that, like, right now this is set up as a parallel array. It shouldn't be a parallel array. So one of the arrays handles the actual markers on the plant. The other array I have is a list of references of the plants connected to those markers. Now, immediately, that's stupid, because if I have a reference to the marker and I know that every marker, or at least I can check if every marker has a plant attached to it, I shouldn't have a parallel array. I should have one array and then just check 2 nodes down to see if anything's there. This is rubber ducking. Try grow on stems call for child nodes. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not calling for child nodes. It's calling on an array. I have no idea why I did it that way. I couldn't tell you. It's probably because I was just trying to, like, figure out how vaguely I wanted this to work. 2 arrays could get desynced as well unless you make... Yeah. So it doesn't make any sense to really have it. But for now, we can do... Yeah, that should be fine. That's a reference. That's gonna be... And we can do that and shouldn't make a second. Yeah, I don't know why I made that a parallel rate. That's really funny. Just completely unnecessary behavior. In fact, now it's making me have problems. Index 0 on plant part with value type marker 3D plant controller. It's even worse. It's even worse. Because, right, we have plant controllers. Oh my god. Okay, no, this is good. I'm literally gonna make like a written note. So the thing that keeps fucking me over is I don't need a plant controller. Or if I do, I need to make sure that I use it right. I don't need 2 arrays. Clarify plant controller. Don't need 2 plant part arrays. Stop that. Parentheses. Okay. Need the plant controller to create the first stem roots, and it be otherwise unrelated to the plant. Yeah, exactly. I think the idea too with it, now that you've said that, those exact words, was that the plant controller would be able to like transition the seedling to the actual adult form of the plant and so forth. But I think that first thing was the actual use case I was thinking of, where it's like, well, if you put a seedling in the ground, I may want to calculate how the seedling survives different from how the adult plant would survive. Because babying a seedling and making sure that it just has a different set of needs generally when you transplant like that. So that's, I think, where I got the idea is like, well, I should have something outside of the seedling dealing with it. Now, technically, do I need that? No. But that's what happens when you do codathon type programming. You just make random shit. This is great. Okay. Our connections out equals new shoot. I'm gonna just do something ugly. I'm so sorry. Get Child 0 really is just like... I think if in all the scripting I've done with GD script so far, that argument, get Child 0, where I'm like, I don't know, just get the first thing. That is like the worst practice I've implemented. And if I push this onto itch or something like that, if any of the code I use has get Child 0 on it, I like need to flog myself or something. Like that just doesn't feel okay. That's just asking for problems. Like this. Invalid assignment of index 0 on base array plant part value type marker 3D. Yes, I understand why you're mad at me, but what I don't understand is what I did. Let's just... Can you just tell me what's there instead? And then I can figure out why this was stupid. Maybe it needs to be 1, not 0, because I think 1's referring to root. Sorry, I just saw that message. I can regenerate it for you. Boom, different requirements. Yeah, the roots and stuff. I'll throw it in the Scary Space Game channel. Shoot, invalid assignment of index 0 on base array plant. Oh, I see. It's because it's expecting a plant part. With value of type marker 3D plant part. Even the naming conventions I have on these scripts are fucking unhinged. I want to change them. So, but anyway. Tell me what you are. Because I think what it's trying to tell me is that it's something that I don't expect. Okay, so actually, according to this, that is a new corn stem object. But a corn stem object of type 3D marker is type plant part. Is it because I'm going insane? Is it because my array? No, but the GD script has dynamic arrays. I was just using that, wasn't I? Just gonna give myself a lobotomy with a corn cob at this point. I think that'd be a more wise thing to do. What did you think I touched? Ooh, hold on. What did you think I did? Godot? Baby coral? Oh, was it the thing I... Oh. Oh. Okay, no, it should be doing that. What? I'm going insane. I always do stuff like this. Okay. Right, I got it. See? We're just like just stacking up issues one after another. I love it. Good thing I pushed to get last night when I was done. For the eventual like good enough like fucked code singularity to destroy everything I love. Actually, I think I do need to check this for other reasons. I do need to check to make sure that the constituent parts of connections out are null, because there might be situations where I delete those parts, but then the array size doesn't change. So this might actually be future-proofing my code, or I'm a fool. Yep. Another one. Let's see what else I should have changed. Let's see what else break. Okay. Holy shit, it works. It just kind of keeps going, though. Oh, no. Well, it's kind of pretty in a weird way. Yeah, it looks way more like bamboo than it does fucking corn. Maybe I should have done that. I'm not, like, unhappy. I'm not unhappy. It's just, like, it's gonna keep going. Let me look at the top. It's all the way up there now. I don't know if we can see the top. Well, that's not good. That's really funny. So, oh, like it was adding them on the same node? I wonder why it would do that. On the bright side, bamboo or corn, it is working recursively. Like, that looks kind of janky, but I'm still happy. Before I just press those buttons, yes. It should have 3 leaves at 9 button presses, so this should be 10. That's the last time this will grow. And now everything else is growing. So if I were to alternate the directions at which the leaves go out, and then I think lower the overall stem height, what we'll get is a pattern where the bottom leaves end up bigger because they're older. And then the top leaves will end up smaller because they're younger. Which, like, in a lot of plants would look right. I don't know if that would look right with corn. Because as we've seen with our friend corn, the bottom tends to kind of stay real small. It does this crown thing. And then I can't get a view of the whole plant. That's what I was going for. Well, I mean, like... Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think what we'll do is every time... I want to see if there's a way I can maybe just alternate the leaf. But what I'm also saying... I think we're making it too tall before doing a new leaf. This, I think... Yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what I was thinking of. How it... At the bottom, it will have, like, some smaller sets of leaves. And then at some point, it kind of does what you expect, where you get big, 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 small, small. So this might be something we can only simulate once we have like some kind of nutrient simulation layer in. I'm thinking, because the reason it's probably doing this is because it's like, yeah, I don't want to grow these leaves out super big. My roots aren't too deep yet. I kind of just established myself. Let's just get some business going here. And once it puts out these first two big ones, it's off to the races. It can just kind of do it as much as the crown is what I'm not simulating in a way I'm happy. But that might just be something that I can only really get in Blender. The half measure we did where we just kind of tilted the leaves more as we go. I mean, like, we kind of get a crown. Maybe I can just delay the leaves going down. Okay. There's gas here. There's gas here. I think we can try some things reasonably. So what I need to do is I need the stem. Unless you separate the leaf and stem model, you're going to get the same issue stacking more. Yeah. No, I think you're right overall. Which, I think if I were to implement this correctly, we would have already made a separate leaf object that knows to connect to this and rotate on its own time as it grows. But I kind of wanted to just try it like this, just to see what... And I could be more upset. So what I'm going to do... I think this might be useful for everything anyways. Is... every plant part will start with a variable... For now, let's just do 0. And when it makes a new plant part, it'll increment it. No, we pass in an argument that increments. There's a cleaner way to do this. I need to totally sort out how we do spawning in a proper way. But I like the idea of at least having the logic in there so I can maybe come back and reuse the code. I might not be able to, but this is going to take me 3 lines. I'm just going to do it. Just be normal. Holy moly. I can write code. Split the controller from the rest. Yeah, I think that's... we gotta... If we don't split the controller... Yes, split the controller from the plant parts. No, what you're doing is correct. Which is funny, because that's what I did in the first thing. Exactly what I did. This is the controller. These are all the parts, and on init, they just kind of come together. Although I don't have to do it this way. This was just one way to do it. This was so I didn't have to individually load in the part, which we ended up doing in here, because I knew that was going to be a pain in the ass, which was correct. This was a pain in the ass for Funk New Shoot. But now that I know how to do this, or have an idea of how I would maybe want to do it, we don't have to do this silly shit. Anyways. But yeah, for now, what we'll do is just specifically for New Shoot, because this is a type of growing and we only have. I know what we need. Wait. Okay. We want New Shoot to copy my number and then increment it by 1. Node count. I don't like that variable name count. That just seems naughty. Call it something like art depth. That makes more sense to me. Let's just add this all at the end. Here's what I'm going to do. We're just going to use modulo. Wait, I don't need to do this. What the fuck am I doing? It's a smart way to do it, but I don't need to do it this way because it's all relative, isn't it? Ignore me. I just need to rotate it 180 degrees from me, if that's what I'm doing. Yeah, see, there you go. You already got it. I already have a reference rotation. I don't have to play with it. I have to remember how to call this right. Nope, yep, this is right. Member rotation. Is it, no, 3 transform. Did I spell rotation wrong? Is this going to be in radians? No. Alright, what do you mean you can't find it in Transform 3D? I'm looking at it. I've done this before. I'm just going to look it up in documentation. It's a 3 or 4 micrometer transfer 3D space. It contains a basis, which on its own represents a rotation scale and a shear. Additionally, combined with this origin transfer. Rotate. Transfer 3D full pack. We know what that is. Pack 3D array plane transfer 3D operator constant infinity. Scale local translated, rotated local, rotated axis 3D vector angle float constant. I've done it with the way I was doing it before. Like, I've straight up done that way. I'm just going crazy. I mean, I could literally just... plus 180. But it shouldn't be referencing. Hold on, this is a brain fart. I'm probably just writing this wrong. Dot transform, dot rotation. I might be the worst programmer to ever, or you've ever heard of, but yeah, I've heard. Rotated? I think you're right. Give you an angle too. An axis of vector 3. What is this highfalutin nonsense? Axis must be normalized vector. It should. Well, we're gonna find out. It should do it. Maybe. Yeah. I think it's saying it's going to be, you're going to rotate yourself. Take this vector, but then change it however many degrees. So I think we're going to be okay. Wait, but then how am I? Oh, it's orthonormalized. Okay, I actually know what that means. Hold on. Because... Don't worry about it. See, I can do shit like this, but then, like, completely fuck up instantiating an object. It's a crazy world we live in. Although, I'm assuming that I can do shit like this, and it's not great. Yeah. Now, is it just doing that because of the fucky rotation thing? Like, oh, is it in radians? I fucking hate myself. Yeah, it's in radians. That's why. Sorry, so I need to do it in pi. Ooh, calculus 3, linear algebra, radians, orthonormalized vectors. Child's play. Simple, really. Make a new object? You want me to make a new object in a script? You want me to say something .new .instantiate? What are you talking about, man? Rocket science? Literal rocket science? Yes. Yes, simple, really. Can't believe you'd even ask me that. Make a number equal to another number. Man, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we made bamboo. We love it. You know what's funny? Yeah, wasn't somebody in, like, Chug's Core dealing with that, like, a few months ago? At the same time I was making a hovercraft game. And I also had to deal with it for rotations. Hovercraft in that game drives real nice, too. It's just, I can't make a cool game out of it, I don't think. I basically just made a ghost from Halo in Godot, but it's nice. Feels good. Okay, yeah. Okay, everybody, corn challenge failed. We made bamboo. Nice bamboo. like I fuck with it. But it's just really funny. Okay, here's the tea. Here's the botanicals. Like, corn and bamboo are both basically grasses, so it's not surprising that by following the pattern for corn but fucking it up, we accidentally made another grass. Like, there is some value in that, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna let my dog out real quick. She needs to really go to the bathroom. I'm gonna meditate on this. Yeah, that is how they made bamboo back in the day. They took the corn, see, and then they messed it up, Jack. They made it wrong. They made it wrong. How does bamboo grow? I mean, like, I know how it grows, like, but like, what I mean to say is, let's get a time lapse of that. Let's see. Don't mind him. He's just. Okay, there we see some segmentation. We see the lead is conical, so that it can pierce through the bodies of a reserve soldier from Kentucky who is somewhere in Saigon for some reason. And he will not tell them where the base camp is. The Vietcong are not happy. Actually, did they do that in Vietnam, or is that just in World War II? Just specifically the part about the bamboo, not those two militaries. Obviously, extremely different. Well, I mean, this bamboo just went up in a pole, and then it looks like all of a sudden it put its little hands out and started waving them around. It really does grow fast. The establishment I used to work at had an extremely large bamboo section. And a fun thing I learned is that not only does bamboo grow fast, but some species, if you fuck up the conditions for it at the time of the year that it wants to grow, you fuck it up. Like, it's not coming in. You're gonna have to wait a whole ass year for it to come back. Unless it's a specific, like, weedy kind of bamboo, in which case you wish it didn't grow. That's cool. I like how this species grows. How it goes up, it puts out its nodes. And then from the nodes, it'll put out additional branches. Kinda not exactly. We're talking about, like, a different pole bamboo. There's a lot of different bamboos. Also, apparently... So, like, the rhizomes in bamboo, they either clump up and make kind of like little circles, or they'll send out runners and kind of, like, just make a forest out of itself, quick teehee. But you can actually tell what it's going to do based off of the scientific name. I forget the exact delineation, but, like, every bamboo species after M clumps, and every bamboo species before N, like, makes runners instead. I forget the exact letters and what, the other things, but, like, that is for some reason true. I hope it was done on purpose, because that's insane. Yeah, here's a completely different species of bamboo, and it's kind of doing more of how we grew our thing. Where it puts out that leaf, and then it does that. What's going on down there at the bottom? Oh, those are the suckers, okay. Yeah. So this one, it's a clumper. So that's some clumping right there. Probably the other ones that we had there were... This man is torturing this plant. Can I also comment on that? Like... Look at how quickly, like, I feel like maybe I'm just crazy. But, like, the leaves down at the base die really early. Like, this bamboo does not look happy. This is like the equivalent of those TikTok comments that don't know anything about, like, animal care, probably. This thing just looks fucking stressed. It does not want to be in that pot. Probably because it's trying to, like, rhizome out, and it's like, I have nowhere to go! It is cool, though. Okay, and this species just has leaves poking out of it. That's fucking weird. It's got this, like, triangle pattern. Oh, it's weird. That's really funny. It's almost like growing from the bottom and the top at the same time. I guess that's kind of what we were doing, wasn't it? Okay. Let's see if we can make our corn look more like corn. I'm gonna do this for, like, maybe another half hour, then I can call it, because it's kind of... We don't even have the top part or the other corn cobs. But that's okay, because I learned a lot. And that's what we wanted. Well, what I wanted. I don't know. What I want. So I think the first thing we should do is not let this get so dang tall. That's kind of working against us. Means we're gonna have to change some. Go to 0.5 instead per segment. See that. Right, no, this is correct. And then your height, or your position. Hey, cool thing too is that I think I might be able to blend between different materials or colors or something like that using the animation tree. I'm gonna have to look into that, but that's gonna be really helpful for nutritional deficiencies anyway. But we gotta get through all this shit, and I have to make this code not dog shit before we even start talking about nutritional deficiencies. Leaf, come to me, Leaf. Yes, you. You can still be that big, it's just up. And I want you there. Yeah, man. Weird as hell. Still, I mean, I don't hate it. And then for your rotation value here, mister. Let's still keep you kind of up. Huh. Oh. Oh. I don't want to even start thinking about why it's doing that. We're just good. There's no reason. There's no reason. I love not thinking. You poser. Okay, I know what this is. Don't worry about it much. Just vectors. Just vectors. Okay. Oh, and then also our marker out probably shouldn't be above the corn. For bending would go a long way. I think you're right. I think you're right. I was debating if I was going to try to model that with this. And I do agree with you. The debate's over. Char, you're now the president of the United States. Of Mexico. So, actually kind of like a deal there, I guess. Yeah, it still looks like corn. I mean, bamboo. You were the president last week? Yeah, shit. Successful. I think if we... I'm gonna try one. Oh, you already have it on tick too? Okay. What do you want, like... Let's really get a crazy looking ground. Worst that can happen is like, oh yeah, baby. Yeah, I think the stacking is too dramatic. This just looks funny. Oh, right. That might be a cool plant. See, this is what I was talking about when I was saying, like, maybe I'll do some alien plants out the gate instead of the earth plants. Because it's really easy to fuck up, like, corn or bamboo, and then we make this. And I said, Hey, what if this was just an alien plant? Ooh, what if it was like an alien grass and it just grew that way? Because what? Someone's gonna say it doesn't look like that? I made it up. I can call it whatever I want. That's kind of cool, too, actually. I like that. It's got that fractal kind of look. Don't go outside, dog. You just went outside. On Reticulon 1, the grass does not look like that. What if it was an alien plant and they just grew out horizontally in a disc? Yeah, that'd be sick. We could definitely do that. I like this. You know what this reminds me of? There's a lot of, like, euphorbias and cacti that kind of give me this look. Where these leaves aren't leaves. These are kind of like sheaves. Like a lily pad. You know what's great about this system I built? Despite all the headaches we've had with building this, I will say, going in here and making changes does happen pretty fucking quickly. And I am liking that. That I feel good about. Because that was like, what, 10 minutes of playing with it? And we went from like, that just looks like shitty bamboo to like, oh, maybe if we made this change. I could be doing worse. Just get rid of this. You don't exist. Go to the animation player. Oh, cool. You already go away. Perfect. Corn stem. Let's just do a new PSG cylinder. Boom. Get me in there. Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. Well, maybe I'm not dumb. I'm hasty. You. Does it keep the animation data? Okay, good, perfect, because well, it keeps its position. I'm happy. No. I don't care about your rotation. I don't care about polygon. I do care about position. Nope. Something like Leia Pepperomoides? I think I know what you're talking about. Are those the ones that climb? No, I'm thinking of Pepperomia. Hold on, gang. I just want to see what it looks like. Ooh! The Chinese money plant. That's an interesting common name. Yeah, I like shit like that. There's a plant like this where I worked that actually kind of grew like a weed, where it would put up. It almost kind of looked like liverwort, but it was not. I thought I changed you. Okay, I guess. Oh, I'm a dummy. I'm not that much of a dummy, but I'm a little bit of a dummy. I done changed the wrong thing, didn't I? Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks howdy. Now it's getting real funky. Alright, gamers. Here you go. It literally would have been pretty much easier the whole time to have just done this from scratch. But anyway. How you learn. I guess. You could also learn by just like reading the book. Go 0.5. Oh, she's a little chunky. Let's bring it back to like point. No. Let her be chunky. Let her be chunky. But then let's also change her height to be like 0.005. Just thin that way, yeah? And you know what? Well, actually, you can see her a little bit. You can see the stem through the top. Fuck it. What do I care? Alright, this is gonna be weird. Right? Oh, and you know what else? E that. Transform position. E. Nope. Stay there. Stay there at 1. Or 0, rather. Be centered, please. Actually, wait. Aren't we rotating this? Let's not have it stay centered. Yeah. Radius. Just ever so slightly. We'll do that. E in the transform. Go back to 10. We should go back to 0. Forget I did that. Negative 0.025. Cool, perfect. Go to 10. Perfect. Yeah. Play me? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah! Okay. Also, we should do this cubic. Everything should be cubic or linear. I don't care. It just needs to be 1. I decided on cubic. Perfect. Cool. Put me at 0. Save the prevab. Not what you want to see. I mean, something weird happened in the animation. No? Okay. I don't know what that's about then. Whatever. I replaced the growth marker. Oh, yeah. That's wrong, right? You're not supposed to be that big. Why is the initial instance like that? Huh. Yeah, wait, what? You shouldn't be doing that. Ah, I like it. Just get out of here. Get out of here, you stupid animal. Fuck! You just need to place a new instance. Okay, I know. I know. We are all disappointed by that one. What are you doing that for? My guy? My little guy? Here I was thinking, oh, let me do this real quick. Problems. If I make it active in here. Yep, you're active. You're allowed to do that. Will you do it right? Yep, you do. I had this problem before with something else. Yeah, what? Oh, is it because of lamp? Well, shoot. Nothing in this world worked the way it's supposed to, Batman. Alright, fine. See it. Clamp it. Take me to 10. Take me to 0.5. See it. Swear me life. 1. Save. Okay. Well, you know, sometimes, I don't know. I did something I shouldn't have. Let's watch this little freak go for it. That's kind of cutings. That's weird. That's weird as hell. Kind of fun, though. You know, this is nice because this does tell me it'd be very easy to do a pine tree. Like, at least representationally. Just imagine this being bigger and all this other stuff. What I would really like to do with this, that's kind of fun, is simulate death on the lower nodes after it grows out for a bit. Just grow out for a bit. I want to see what weird shit happens. Oh yeah, that starts to get really weird. You totally do this underwater almost. Like, if I really wanted to make a point about it. Uh-huh. Now I'm having fun. Now this. Watch this. Fucked up. Little free. Have fun. In a way that might shock you. No, baby girl. You didn't really do what I wanted you to do. Do that. Okay, kill me all you want. Now we're getting weird with it. Oh yeah, this doesn't have collision. Ah. So, I mean, like... yeah, that's fun. There are plants that kind of grow like this, too. I forget. I mean, like, I guess a fern, technically, where they do the alternating, opposing growth thing. But that's nice that we can kind of capture that relatively easily. It's floating. I see it. That's not good. Don't worry. He tricked you into thinking it had collision. A feature you'd have to add yourself. I mean, I could turn collision on the CSG shapes. And then we'd be done with that, wouldn't we? Just use collision. Yep. Replaces operation calculator as geometry material override transparency. Offset 00 AB center. Yep. Transform. Nope. Huh. Yeah. Usually it's in here. Like CSG shape will just be like, "Do you want to use my collisions?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I do." And they take me to a back alley and turn on their collisions. Oh, here it is. I'm blind. Oh. You just don't have it. Why don't you have it? Okay, I don't care. I mean, I care, but like, I don't care that much. I just want to see it one more time, but not loading. And then I'm happy. So, thing I've learned, the animation side and the basic logic of tick through the animations, set the animations, and put things in the animations, and I could just try out different ideas. That works good. The problem parts are setting up new behaviors. Oh, it does have collision. It just inherited the collision from... Does this have... Oh yeah, this has crouching. So I guess oh yeah, there we go. We have crouched on the leaf. Very funny. So like, yeah, in the cicadas in the ground, we just have no reference. Like in that way, I like what I made. In the, I need to clean up how the plant controls itself and the different controller types, and I need to make instancing work smoothly. That still needs work. But the bones of in half an hour, it was like, this plant doesn't look good. It looks like bamboo. Okay, now it looks like more fun bamboo. But what if we made it circles? But what if we made it circles on the side? That I like. Because we're using procedural rules that plants also use. So, good stream, everybody. Thank you, Char, for being the co-pilot through my madness. Please tell me that still works. Please tell me I didn't break that. Oh. I learned a lot, and tomorrow, or maybe Sunday, whenever I work on this on my own time, I know exactly what I want to fix, and then I can get to more interesting parts of this. But yeah, the basics, I'm pretty jazzed about. So I think Liddy was streaming, yes? If that's the case, we will just throw it over to her. Also, I need to, holy shit, I left this door open for some reason. Hold on. I need to close this door. Oh my god. Oh. What was that? My monitor's flickered. Menacingly. I should mention too, using the plugin base that I have that lets me pick things up. Since all these segments are made as extensions of each other, what this means is, depending on how I set up the interactables, you can cut the plant on this node and it will separate this section from this section, like kind of implicitly. You can just prune things, and I basically have most of the background systems for that already set up because we're doing this node-based. Famous last words. Because then I have to deal with the logic of like, well, what does the plant do once it has been cut? Okay, Lydia is streaming. She's playing Unbeatable. It's funny, that's the same name I use for my meat, actually. So let's go do that. Raid channel. Yeah, I would like to raid the people I'm following, not whomstever.
Pingers!
Yeah? Actually, should we raid Salty Bet? No. That hours or minutes? Probably hours, because he did say, yeah, I have her window open. Chat, this is next level shit. All right. Everybody say hi to Liddy. Everybody get on the floor. Everybody start the dinosaur. In 7 seconds. I don't have like anything to copy paste. I don't know. Or Google some slurs and that. Like, goodbye, everybody. Next time I stream. Hey there, YouTube. They didn't see that one coming. Only you did. Adios.
Ah! Raiders! I can't stop and check, but hello, Raiders. Hello, Raiders. Welcome. I'm Lita Barnett, and we're playing Unbeatable right now. It's really fucking cool. This is like the climax of chapter 2, so. If you don't know who I am, my name is Leah Barnett. What's the TV YouTuber plays all sorts of strange digital games. Right now, we're playing Unbeatable, a story-driven rhythm game involving a world where playing music creates monsters. And we still want to play music, though. Damn, look at Quaver going all in the background. She's shredding it.
Did I not stop the YouTube stream? I thought I stopped it. I've just been sitting here watching this thing. That's
I fucked it
funny.
up.